To deny their existence is illogical, but you must learn to control them.
Why?
You wish to be taught.
I would question everything you say.
You would not be a worthy pupil otherwise. Let us begin.
The first question, is it even logical? The mastery of craft, if the achievement is possible. Logic or not, people chase it. Following thoughts of breaking laws to teach the layman the secret language. Each is taken to the deepest location to observe the leader speak to a nation. Unified, let me kick to them the curriculum, the source we get the wisdom from, the centering, our system of mentoring choices. Nature is our training space, this is where we go for broke. The dojo is a sacred place, so grab your gi, prepare yourself to battle me. The goal is the sole prevention of becoming the casualty. You suffer less when you have to learn to do it well, but you can learn how not to if you find out what the truth entails. And you will fail many times over, then come to learn from mistakes like any fine soldier, only to emerge alone into herd. What turns most people off is going through the work, rolling through the hurt, digging through the manuscripts and combing through the words, putting older students first. Keys to make simple, complex systems, admit faults, scrutinize everything and project wisdom. They visit with him after the class as he ponders if he ever really mastered the craft, passing the grass, hoping he can tackle the task of suddenly teaching his pupils to lasso the vast. The length of the trial is painstakingly lifelong. It might be the ultimate asymptote to set your sights on. The illusion will be as close enough to seize, and one day you might buy the notion it's something you've achieved, but I would argue you're no closer than ever. The path costs life, total mastery is extra. You understand that there's always someone that can teach you, forever novice, even though they call you seafood. The truth is, being one and achieving it's not mutually exclusive, just the unity's elusive. There in all his newness, careless while he's tearing off the errant flaws protruding. There in all, let us pause for the perilous cause. A former derelict who would become a master cause he cared to evolve. Beginners look at this as his life, intermediates right, while the experts look to him for advice. Elated for better, he chases forever, patient and clever. With the weaknesses he waited to sever, obsequious without the preachiness. All the skill and wisdom means nothing without the leadership, it's still a struggle. Watch his effortless detailed explanation of information. He'll break it down to its foundations and clear the rubble. Beginning as a fan of it, then he as an artist had a hand in it. As a legend he spread across the planet since a case of what the standard is. In between the honor and respect is where they sandwich him.
To the ancestors, known and unknown, Ashe. To the gods, known and unknown, Ashe. All the praise, all the glory be to the Most High. What's going on, guys? It's your favorite Cosmic Warrior, back at you with another Galactic Transmission. Did some more troubleshooting, and I think I finally found a way that works with what I've been trying to do. It's not ideal, it's not perfect, but hey, neither am I. But so here I am. This is a test run, so gonna hop on here and might as well grace you guys with my presence and give you a reading too while I test it out. So we're gonna get a prayer in, a reading, and yeah.
Not by chance, the day obeys my first event.
I'm never gonna let you down. I'll always be around. Even when the world goes dark, I'm holding on. I'm never gonna let you down. I'll always be around. Even when the world goes dark, I promise.
Life comes and goes, oh, that goes and goes. I feel like I'm trying to talk to myself. I'm not crazy in the day. I've been through my pain in the heart. Never wanna be like this from the very start. How did we get this far? We together, we are not. Trials and tribulation never stop. I'm always around through the ups and downs, the natural pain, driving us insane. Feeling like I lost you out today, adding knowledge to my brain.
I'm never gonna let you down. I'll always be around. Even when the world goes dark, I'm holding on. I'm never gonna let you down. I'll always be around. Even when the world goes dark, I promise.
The time is falling, day is falling, life is short, the rain is falling. Time goes fast, I can't tell when it's gonna humble heart. Yes, it's simple, count your blessings, stop complaining. Your soul's dark, that's why you hate me. Guard your life, protect your life, stay in line, the bullets don't have no rise. Ain't nobody got to die, play your mind. I'm your protection and your provider, babe. Love me or you hate me, babe. I know there's a way. The second time around, I would never let you down.
I'm never gonna let you down. I'll always be around. Even when the world goes dark, I'm holding on. I'm never gonna let you down. I'll always be around.
You know,
Even when the
never gonna let you down. 455, 455, 4, divine, 55, changes. Never gonna let you down. High spiritual ranking, Hitman in reverse. It's the energy of these stalkers, it's, you begin to learn that when you begin to come into the understanding that no one can stop you. The only thing that could ever stop you, the only thing that has ever stopped you is ourselves. Is our limiting our beliefs, our allowing other people's opinions, actions, whatever. It's our allowing it. But it's interesting too, allowance, giving our energy away. But no longer doing that, calling it back, calling all of our power back, all of our energy back. And using it for what? To empower ourselves. To give ourselves that extra little oomph that we're needing. But never gonna let us down. But it's the, I used to be really fucking good at fucking my life up. I'm really creative. I don't need the government to restrict me. I don't need religion to restrict me. I don't need any motherfucking person or a thing to restrict me on ways to fuck my life up. I was really good at it. I was an expert at it, one would say. One could say. One would say. Well, I'm sure plenty did say. Well, but it could no longer be said about me. It could be said about past versions of me. Not about the person that I am today. Not about the person that I've been for a while. But that's interesting too, is, but people hold on to the person that they knew. Even if only the connection they have with you is on social media, they're still going to have a hard time believing their eyes. Like, that's the same person? That's that same motherfucker right there? What? No, it's not. That's not the person I worked with. That's not the person I grew up with. That's not that person. No, it couldn't be. But what is that though? It's a projection. It's a projection that they're projecting because of their lack of change, because of their lack of growth. How could you be worthy of so much growth? Well, because you decided, because you stopped being your own hindrance, because you decided to buckle the fuck up, lace up your boots and fucking get to it. That's really what it is. It's all projections, but learning not to accept people's projections. It's tough too though. It's tough because everyone it's like the more connected you get with yourself, the more connected you get with, what's interesting too, it's not just yourself. It's more connected with yourself, but then with nature and the Most High, and then but it's just the oneness of all. So it's like you're just connected to everything. But it's like the more that you connect to everything, the more you disconnect from but you're connecting in the 5D. You're not connecting down in the 3D. You see the difference. Not even just see it, you feel it. You know it. It's not a belief anymore, it's a knowing. But that's why they take it out of books and stuff, because they can't explain it, they can't contain it, they can't monetize off of it. And so what do? They mislabel it, they erase it from books, they portray it as evil.
Got me a bottle, looking out at my El Dorado, smoking a barrel, whip up an egg and avocado. I'm on the porch like a slummy Ralph Lauren model. Flannel shirt like a lumberjack, chopping a lago. Pistol next to the ashtray, no arrow.
It's the lumberjack, redneck country. But that's my north node. That's my shifting consciousness. But it's interesting too. But it's redneck. Lumberjack, cutting it down. But what do we cut down? Well, what's interesting too is, it's cutting down past versions of ourselves and watching it fall down. But what I came across recently is things on my feed about beavers. And beavers, when they're gnawing away, they do a pause. They pause, and what they're listening for is creaks in the wood. They're really sophisticated engineers. They think people give them, mistakenly label them as stupid critters, but they're actually quite brilliant. And it's it's just very. They're very wise. They're very smart. They know what they're doing. And, but they're listening for the cracks. They're listening for the cracks in the woods to know, because they don't want to get crushed. I don't know. Kind of surviving through what you're doing is kind of important. That's interesting too. Surviving through what you're doing is kind of important. But it's the grounding. It's the constant state of being grounded in. But it's connecting to the higher realms, but then grounding it in. It's pulling it in and grounding it in down. Pulling it in, and dragging it down. But it's interesting too, but it's the propaganda machines, the lies. Do we let the lies, the opinions, the words of people that have no idea who the fuck this version of me is, are we going to hold ourselves back because of that? Their opinions? Opinions are cute. And everyone has them, and it's cute. And it could be wrong, it's still cute. And you're entitled to it. What's interesting too. What's interesting too. Cute people can think that we get our things just because of our looks. Some people do. Some people will pull that card. Will use that card. Manipulate situations. Use their looks. For manipulative reasons. But what it truly is, attracting in the miracles, is it's being in alignment of it. That's what it is, and that's why it appears effortlessly. That's why it appears as I'm getting like pretty privilege. You know what I mean? But it's alignment is what it is. And who's going to be most offended by your alignment? Motherfuckers that aren't aligned. Motherfuckers that put the work off. Motherfuckers that don't do the work. Of course, and because it's the projections, it's the reflection that they're getting of the lack of work that they're doing. And then it's heightened, and they know it, they see it, and it appears in so many different ways. But that's when you break it down, it all comes back to that.
I pour myself a glass of liquor and I get the blues to get down. To get down, I get loaded down. To get down, I get loaded. Call me what you want, but don't call past two. Unless you got some liquor to contribute. To get down, I get loaded down. To get down, I get loaded. Daylight, oh daylight, daylight.
It's interesting too, daylight. But it's as you finally make it out of the tunnel. As you finally make it out of the tunnel, that you didn't even know if there was an end to it. As you didn't even know there was a light. As you find balance, as you find harmony, but that's found in the tunnel. That's found before you can even fucking see the light. You start to come aligned before you even see it. But that also helps you to attract in the light faster. It's funny. People think that the more you work, it's like spending all your energy trying to run as fast as you can through the tunnel. What if you could just kick your feet up and become aligned with it and just like teleport? Because that's kind of what it is, though. It's the way that it pulls in, but you know, in our mind, in our precious little minds, it's never quick enough. Well, look at us. Look at the society we live in. Our microwavable food isn't fast enough. And what is that really? It's radioactive. You know, they left the microwave in here for you know, when I moved into this apartment 7 months ago. You know where it went? Right in the fucking closet. And, you know, I'm sick of paying my rent to store other people's shit. And it's out on the porch. You know, along with everything, I've been wanting to clean up and get new energy in and get this shit the fuck out of here. You know, the microwave's horrible. Absolutely horrible. You shouldn't be using that shit. But it's not fast enough. Even the microwavable shit's not fast enough for us. That's interesting too, but it's rushing the process. You know, you try to rush the process in what? Okay, the outer food is going to be you know, hot, or maybe the outer is going to be hot, but the center is going to be cold. You know, did you take the time to mix it up in between? Did you take the time to do this, to do that? It's, you know, there's steps to take, but a lot of times, well, people don't take the steps because they don't know what the steps are. Okay, well, if you don't know what the steps are you taking time to silence everything and try to find out what the signs are? You know, but it's back to the energy of too much attention through these eyes, too much attention through these ears. You know, the answers we seek they're not always found through here and through here. It's through our first eye.
Baby, I'm floating on my west side, spitting from the sun in my eyes and the shit that I'm smoking. Got my head in the clouds and my hands on the thighs. Yeah, no plans for tomorrow. Drinking, thinking Moscato, singing all my favorite songs. Baby, I'm floating. 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 Baby, I'm floating.
This is it. You asked for a sign. Now it's not.
Oh fuck. They've been asking for a sign. They've been asking for a sign if they were able to block you off from your chakras, if they were able to throw you out of alignment, out of harmony. They're asking for a sign. Oh, they're getting the sign alright. It's not the sign they wanted, but hey, a sign is a sign nonetheless, right? What's the sign that they're getting? The sign that they're getting is that you're not holding yourself back. It's no restraints, you know. But government employee, this is a light worker card. That's my light worker card, you know. In service for the Most High. In service for the Most High. You know, many of us that are here right now aren't from here. You know, our souls don't originate from here. You know, many of us that are here right now, you know, we have old souls. You know, why? You know, why are we back here right now? Because these are not easy times. Because this is when we're needed the most. Because we agreed to this bullshit. We did. And we're needed.
You want abundance, but say I'm broke. You want the flame, but fear the smoke. You ask for freedom, then choose the chain. You ask for love, but still explain. But signs aren't meant to just be seen. They're meant to move you into the dream. A repeating song, a flashing light. It's spirit saying, you're almost right.
don't get proof before the leap. You leap, and then the signs repeat. They're not reminders to keep waiting. They're instructions to start creating. This is the sign you asked for. The moment you said, please show me how. Here it is, so take the door. No need to ask, it's happening now. Now move, now act, now feel, now trust. You wrote this moment and wished before. And this is the sign you asked for. I was carved from the stars, made of light, made of scars. Every wound that I've healed turned to gold in my field. Every loss, every fall was a crown after all. I am soul, I am flame, no shadow can claim my name. I remember who I am, every breath breaks the dam. I am guided by grace, through the storms I still stand. In my stillness I find all the wealth in my mind. I am whole, I am free, heaven breathes here in me. I am born of the sound, where creation is found. Every step that I take shakes the walls that they make. All the doubt, all the fear disappear when I'm near. I am truth, I am sight, I am darkness, turn light. I remember who I am, every breath breaks the dam. I am guided by grace, through the storms I still stand in.
You know, remembering who we are. Remembering who we are, spiritual awakening, spreading lies. But it's, you know, we're not defined by our past. Thankfully, we're accountable to everything we've done in the past, but we're not defined by it. You know, we're defined by the choices and decisions that we make right here and right now. You know, we're accountable for the past versions of us. We're accountable for our past decisions, but we're not defined by them. You know, but it's the energy of they wanted you to be defined. You know, you're this, you're that. It's the way that they want you to perceive yourself. And why? Well, because, you know, it's what we attract. It's what we pull in. You know, this is the energy of you see yourself worthy. As you know, holding yourself accountable, showing yourself grace, forgiveness, you know, no restraints, not holding yourself back. And pulling in and attracting what we prefer, what we want. What's going to help us? What's going to help us? We always pull in what's going to help us. But this energy was pulling in was to help us to elevate. Well, then again, everything is too. But this is from a place of conscious elevation and not a forceful, I refuse to listen and learn my lesson. This is a moving on to the new level energy. You know, but what is the new level? You know, new level, new devils. But what's the devil? You know, the biggest enemy, you know, I can tell you who my biggest enemy is, and I can tell you who your biggest enemy is. And I can tell you right now, it's the exact same motherfucking person. Get out a pen, get out a piece of paper. Get ready, write this down. Myself. But it comes from a higher level of consciousness. Then you're able to see ourselves from a different angle, a different perspective. Then the bar has been risen for us. All right, well, now that we see the bar, we have a choice. Are we going to keep ourselves to that standard, that level of you know, are we going to hold ourselves there, or are we going to fall back? Because that's comfort. And I already mastered these levels. It's easy. I can kick my feet up a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to stay here. We all have choices. You know, but it's... You know, sometimes it's... you know, those stages, it feels like monkey bars, and it's just, does it end? But that's the life journey. Some people are deceived and think that it ends after this vessel, and they spend this whole time in this vessel sitting here pleasing the wants of the flesh. And you haven't moved anywhere on the monkey bars. You're still in the same motherfucking spot. And the only difference is your arms are really tired.
My body feels safe and expansion. My dreams feel light in my hands. I spin with trust, I move with faith, knowing it flows back again. I let myself want what I want. No guilt, no shrinking away. Desire is just direction, showing me the way. When I start needing certainty, life started choosing me. I don't wait for it, I walk 'cause it's done.
I don't wait for it. Interesting. I don't wait for it. I speak as if it's already done. But it's, you know, it's the water. It's the water. The grass is watered beneath my feet as I step. You know, because you know the path was not already laid out a lot of times. It's forging a new path. There is no path. What path? You know, I can't. There's a path there. Of course not. You know, that's why you can't see it. You know, but it's, you take the guided action, you take the guided step, and then guess what? It appears right there. You know, but it's more than just faking it till you make it, though. It's embracing it, it's embodying it, it's making the choices, decisions, the actions, the thoughts. It's all of that. It's doing within your means. You know, but it's tough not to get fixated on the setbacks, on the restraints, on the lack of, you know what I mean? It's really easy to fixate on that, but then if that's what you're fixating on, you're not really in the present and you're looking at it wrong. Because we always, it's funny, but even with the understanding that we always have exactly what we need, there's still always that feeling of, I don't have enough. You know, especially if you're like a perfectionist or this and that. You know, but one challenge to have to get over is like, you know, what we're just being nitpicky about, and what it's like, okay, just it's fine, it's good enough, you know what I mean? Which is the point where I'm at right now with this video. Even though I know it's a little choppy and a little laggy, it's way better than anything else I've attempted to do in the last couple months. So hey, this is me celebrating a victory. Although it's not a full victory, I'm celebrating it as it is, because fuck, I fucking needed this little win. You know what I mean? And it's like, I'm still not fully happy with it, but I'm content with it, you know? But that's what it's all about, though.
Your priest fucks kids.
Hey, thank you.
I'm the sinner, your preacher's on Grindr, your mom's on Tinder, your president's coked up, your king wears lace, your queen's got Botox that can't hold her face. You pray for the poor, then raise the rent. You buy new tits, but can't pay the debt. You post black squares, hashtag change, but cross the street when a man looks strange. I am the curse you carved in stone, the voice you feel when you're alone. I mirror your saints grow thinner. You sin like guys, yet called the witch a sinner. Your therapist cheats, your pastor lies, your diet pill kills, but your fat still thrives. Your influencer's broke, your guru's fake, your neighbor snorts lines off a wedding cake. Your cops shoot kids, your judges drink, your charities steal, but your brand stay pink. You pledge to the flag while you bomb new lands, and cry cancel culture when it bites your hands. Your vegan eats steak when the lights go out. Your senator jerks with a new Santa pout. Your God is love, but your fists say hate. Your church got rich while the kids got raped. You clap for the nurse, but you cut a pay. You post be kind, but you scream all day. You want clean air, but you drive 3 cars. You scroll through grief for the dopamine star. Your heaven's a scam, your hell's right here. You mask your shame with the filtered mirror in me. I just say the shit out loud, I'm the witch.
It's the recognition, you know, FBI, you know, most of the time that's my card for like our spirit team, or you know what I mean? But what it is, it's the investigation that we place, we do on ourselves, but it's the things we find out about ourselves. You know, but I'm getting hypocrisy from the stalkers. It's casting stones. It's pointing out, it's the energy of, you know what I mean? They want to point out the speck in your eye. It's amazing they can even see the speck in your eye with the planks in their own. It's amazing. And they don't believe in God doing miracles.
Every ache, every flame, twisted pleasure, no need for light. I'm drowning you deep in this sinful night. I smell my skin, I taste your desire. Every shiver fuels my own fire. Fingers exploring where words can't go. Every tremble of man, every gasp a show. Pull you closer, press you to me. I make your body beg, make your soul plead. Every inch of you mine to take. Every sinful motion, every moan we make. Let me on you, let me bend your mind. Every whisper, sin, everything you hide. No holding back, no turning away. I'll take it all, I'll make you obey. Let the sins fall, screaming, call my name. Give it all, every ache, every flame. Twisted pleasure, no need for light. I'm drowning you deep in this sinful night. I watch your back, I'll chase every sigh. Every gasp of yours makes me wanna try. Pulling teeth and marking your skin. I'll make you tremble, make you sin again. Whispers low, dripping with command. Every inch of you surrender to my hand. Lose yourself, fall into my heat. Every sinful motion, every heartbeat. Sweat on sweat, bodies intertwined. Every secret touch, every forbidden line. No mercy here, no shame at all, just surrender.
You know, surrendering, forbidden, you know. It's a whole group of people offended that you're forming new thought patterns. A whole group of people. They're offended by your guidance. They're offended by the strength, the strength of your spirit team to help you see when you cannot see. They're like, how do you always know what to do? It's not you. You know what I mean? We're never alone. Our spirit team. You know, but that's the funny part too. It's back to that same energy of, you know, it'll be the same motherfuckers that are jealous of your connection with your spirit team. It's because they have no fucking connection to their own. Or they're just on some fuck shit. And your spirit team, if you can't go against someone that's aligned. And when you're not aligned and think that you're going to be successful. Wishful fucking thinking. Keep dreaming. Of course it's not working. Get rid of the false fucking programming. The fuckery. You gotta change new thought patterns. You know what I mean? It's so... People wonder. It's they think that they can overpower the good with the bad. Who's teaching you that? Who the fuck told you that? Well, they're a fucking liar.
Screaming, call my name. Every moan, every ache, every flame. Twisted pleasure, I own this night. Sins fall, let the sins fall tonight. Bury me with burn me next to Lucia's deep. Hurry, now. Damn, I regret letting you slip right through my fingertips. I've been drinking just so I can get by. Every single night feels like the end of my life. The liquor or the pain, it wasn't hard to decide. And baby, I don't wanna die, but if I die tonight, bury me with bourbon next to a moonshine still. Cause I heard in a bed that I always will for the dirt. And don't forget a bottle of the pain, cause everything I did was for her, not me. Bury me with bourbon next to a moonshine still. Hurting now and I always will. Bury me with bourbon, don't forget a bottle of the pain, cause everything I did was for her, not me. Bury me with bourbon.
Trying to drown. They're drinking a lot. The energy, they're trying to drown their regrets. You know, the funny part about that is, you know, it's the things we do to numb ourselves. Whether knowingly or unknowingly, you know, we know it doesn't really help. We know that it's only masking the problem. But guess what? It's an immediate fix. We don't have to wait for it. We can numb ourselves right fucking now. Which is why, you know, from a young age, a lot of us put layers over ourselves because it's too uncomfortable to be ourselves, and it's a lot more comfortable to numb ourselves down, especially the more in tune we are, because, you know, energetically, it's really uncomfortable, you know. And as kids, we come out aligned, and then we get corrupted. And, you know, and sometimes we make it pass, we make it longer, you know, so it's not like it's a race, but some of us just keep our alignment longer. It's just the way that it's just everything's different, you know what I mean? You can put the same people through the same situation, hey, thank you, the same scenario, and they're all going to come out of it different, because even going through the same stuff, they didn't have the same mindset going through it, and so they're not gonna come out of it the same. And so it's, you know, even as similar as many of our paths are, they're all completely unique and different to us. You know, the shoes are all custom fit. Oh, what was that? Oh, what did I say? Oh man, what was that? Oh, I posted something on Facebook. It was something about like guilt or something like that. Is a custom tailored suit. You know, something. Wow, what the fuck was that? You know, but it's our guilt, you know, the burdens that we carry, it's custom made to us. You know, we formed the amount of guilt, we formed the shape of it, we formed it in our minds, like we formed it. You know, we formed how big it is, we formed how small it is. We formed every aspect of it. And, you know, but that's a tough realization too. But most people don't come to that realization, but because to come to that realization means you have to sit in that energy. It means you have to observe it. It means you have to explore it. It means you have to sit in it. And most people didn't take the time to sit in that at all. They got out of it as quick as they could. They put a layer over it. They numbed themselves.
Still won't break. The Lord gave me backbone. The world can't take. You can touch my scars. You can doubt my name, but I'll rise up proud every time you throw shame. Yeah, I'm louder than the liars, strong in His grace. Ain't here to be like. I'm here to take my place. Yeah. Friends turn ghosts when the nights get
Jealous of your gifts. Something just came up to say that it was taking up a lot of storage on my computer. Do I want to allow it? It's like, do you not have enough gifts? It's like, more? How the fuck are you getting more? Like, where the fuck are you storing this shit? Well, you're connected to the cosmos. Well, I don't know. I don't have to worry about carrying it with me. I get straight downloads. You know what I mean? That's interesting too, the straight downloads. You know, it's the straight downloads that you get from alignment. That only come from alignment. You know, but that's interesting too. The game changer. It's the game. It's interesting too. People think that they could change the game, change the rules, change any dynamic of it, of a game that we weren't even aware that we were playing, and it's all meant to manipulate it so that they can win, right? But as long as you're in alignment, you're following your guidance, you're taking steps. It doesn't matter how many times they change the rules. You're always going to be ahead of them. Always. Every motherfucking time. I'm sure that's really, infuriating to the losers, which are who? The cheaters, the deceivers. So like, yeah, go fuck yourself. Louder than the lions. Lions and tigers and bears, oh my! Well, what's a lion, a tiger, or a bear to a generational curse breaker? It ain't shit. It ain't shit. That's for somebody. I'm gonna wrap that one up right there. I don't know how this is ending up. I think I might have had some problems with it, but hey, I'm accepting my small victory as they come. And yeah, maybe I'll post it, maybe not. We'll find out. But hey, thanks for tapping in. Thanks for all your likes, your shares, your comments. Thank you for your gifts. Thank you for the exchange of energy. And until next time. Or the other end. What the fuck are you doing? Go. Okay. Alright, thanks for tapping in. Catch you later, TikTok.